Lumley, Joanna.
Hello, Michael.
Lumley is also a mumley. You have a child.
Yes, I have. He's hardly a child. He's 16. But
Absolute nonsense. He's 3.5. I won't accept anything else. Have you played a game like this before?
Not really, Michael, no.
No.
But
I suppose you overlook it.
No, I like it so much. I think it's one of the best
Who have
things.
you got with you?
We combed England, and we came up with Simon Marsh from Wolverhampton.
Well, I see that, Simon, you did start early. You're 25, and you have a 5-year-old son.
Yeah, that's correct, yes.
Goodness.
Did start early.
He's a busy lad, too, I expect, isn't he?
Oh, yes, tremendously busy. So
You're
in
a
and out of
maths...
everything.
Yes, of course. You're a maths graduate. You're captain of a football team. I don't want to hear any more. It's boring. Right, now, for the game, as I'm sure you know, we went all around Britain with our cameras. The children we talked to were between the ages of 5 and 11. We gave them words to define, but they must not say the word. That is for you to decide, of course. That's the point of the whole game. I'll tell you, before we actually play the game, as usual, we'll give you an example. And the example is this, how young minds work in devious ways. Here's Stuart Hay, 5 years old, from Worcester, and we asked him, what is middle age?
When you're very young.
Are you middle-aged then?
I'm 5.
When do you, Am I middle-aged?
No,
Why not?
because you're big.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it? You can't be middle-aged if you're big, so we shall be all right, Lionel. Let us play the game. You won't, of course, have to commit yourself to one definition. We'll play you 3, although you might get it on the first, of course. Now, Carol and Lionel, you won the toss. You are going to start.
Right.
And here is the word for our audience, and here is Stuart Butler, aged 9, of Newcastle, to define it.
Well, it's where two people go off together and they have a good time and kiss and everything and go into a room and switch the light off and start kissing and everything and have a good time and you have a good time and then you get married.
Thank you, Stuart. Now, the important thing is, of course, that you have a good time.
Yeah.
Lionel, for 15 points, what do you think he's talking about?
Well, it's not Postman's Knock. No, it's... is it honeymoon?
A nice try, and a romantic try, but that is not the word, actually. So, for 10 points now, we go over to the other side, and to you, Simon. Another chance, another definition. Leanne Collins, age 7, of Pontypool, has a gentle definition.
Well, it's like when you're in love with someone and sometimes the man takes you out to dinner in a quiet restaurant. Sometimes they don't, sometimes they don't. Together in the park and walking along the seaside, putting an arm around each other.
Well, obviously, Simon, Leanne has seen all the commercials. What's the word, would you say, for 10 points?
Is it romance?
That'll do nicely. Romantic is what is on the card, and you really can't get any closer than that. So here is another word. It's coming up for our audience, and it's defined for you by Neil Smith, age 7, of Newark.
Well, the round things, round, and they've got sort of stuff in the middle. And you can eat them. They've got crispy stuff round the meat.
It's good to know what this word is, I tell you. He says they're round and brown. Joanna, 15 points. What's your guess?
Is it Scotch egg?
That's a good guess, isn't it, really? But it isn't the one. So I'm delighted in a way that we do have this next one to see, because whatever they are, Mark Badham, aged 5, of Worcester, likes them.
I can eat about 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 1 or 2. Ready? They're all in a row, and sometimes you get them again and again and again and again.
Well, lots of things you don't like, you get again and again and again, don't you? Carol, 10 points. What do you say?
Could it be sausage rolls?
That's certainly close enough. It's simply a sausage. But there you are. That's it. You've got your 10 points. Well done. Let's have another word, shall we? But it's your turn, then. Lionel, watch this word now. It's defined for you by a double version of it, in fact, from Victoria and Alexandra Groom of Newcastle.
She's got one. And she's kind. She's kind. She lives in a flat. And she comes to our house on Saturdays. She always spoils us. She always spoils us because my mummy doesn't like it, really.
Lionel, I'll give you a clue. The answer is not Echo. What do you think it might be?
Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah.
I think, well, I've got one of these too. Grandma?
That gets you 15 points. How Lionel Blair can have a granny.
No, I mean, we have a grandma that comes and looks after our children, and we like it. It's not that we don't, we like it, because she's a lovely grandma, actually.
Oh, excellent.
We've got.
Well said. Oh, dear. I'm beginning to cry.
Mother-in-law, too.
Granny was that one, but here's another one. And it's Nigel Canavan, a 7-year-old of Newark, who will define it. Here's the word.
It wears a cloak, it eats spaghetti. It flies with no legs.
Well, it's a very unusual viewpoint. Joanna, it's up to you. 15 good points if you get that.
I can't begin. I can't begin. It's a Batman of some kind. I don't know what...
Well, it was an answer of some kind, but not the right one, of course. So let's have another version, shall we? Remember, they're all quite different. Robert Ruff, who is 6, of Sandy, here's his definition.
People think they see them at night, but they see owls and things. They see some things that come out at night, but they think they're sometimes. But they think them sometimes. They think they're them sometimes, but they're owls and things.
Well, you notice he said it, so the oops came up there. And Carol, it's now worth 10 points. What do you think?
It's not flying saucer, is it?
No, it isn't flying saucer. We have one more definition on this one. And let's watch now Mark Badham, a 5-year-old from Worcester.
It's a thing like a and it scares everybody at night. When everybody's asleep like this.
Well, problem with Mark is he's been eating too many sausages. Now, 5 points.
A ghost?
Ghost it is. That means the score.
Ghost, it was.
Yes, a spaghetti-eating ghost. Well, you work it out. He's had a nightmare, obviously. The score now is 25-2. Carol and Lionel, Joanna and Simon have 15. And now we come to our triple play round in which we ask the children to write down definitions of different words, and we chose 3 of those descriptions of each word. Now, each team is going to have 45 seconds to guess as many words as possible. Each correct guess is worth 10 points. So, now, Joanna and Simon, you're behind on the score. Which of you will certainly start off, but which of you will speak?
Please, Michael, can Simon go?
Oh, Joanna, you spoiled it. Simon, certainly, right. Okay, let's have that time on our board, and here is the first definition. It's between your neck and your stomach.
Chest.
Is right. Next word, you use it to get the knots out of your hair.
Comb.
It's when you clean your teeth.
Brush.
Brush is right. Next word, you see them when you go to a parade.
Band.
My dad uses one for fishing.
Net.
A boat sails on water and doesn't sink.
Don't know.
The word is float. Next word, a piece of paper with the queen on.
Pound note.
Yes, next word, it holds your trousers up.
Belt.
Belt is right. Next word, a vegetable with a green leafy top.
Cauliflower.
You can eat it, it helps you see.
Carrot.
Carrot is right. Next word, it's like two small telescopes for your eyes.
Binoculars.
Yes, next word. Japanese people use this to defend themselves.
Sword.
It's an oriental sport.
Karate.
It's like karate.
Judo.
It's right. That was the actual phrase, though. It's like karate. Right. 70 to add to your score, bring it to 85. And righto, 25 you've got now, Carol and Lionel. You've got to build on that. Who's going to speak?
It's going to be Lionel.
I'm
Is
gonna
it?
do- I'm gonna-
Difficult to stop him,
I
actually.
know, terrible.
Right.
Oh.
So, Lionel, are you ready?
I'll do my
45
best.
seconds on the
Right.
clock, and the first definition is this one. It's black and blue.
I,
If you fall, it leaves a mark.
a bruise.
Yes, next word. You wait without getting cross.
Pass.
Someone a doctor works on.
A patient.
Patient, right. Next word. You find it in the park.
Trees.
It's when you slip.
When you slip.
It goes in your hair.
Clip.
Slide.
Slide.
Next word. It's like a branch.
A twig.
You make a fire if you rub them together.
Sticks.
That's right. Next word. The husband of a cow.
A bull.
Yes, next word. It's when you pull a flower up.
Picket.
Yes, next word. A crowd that claps at a show.
Audience.
That's right. Next word. You use it on wood.
Hammer.
It's where you keep information.
Desk.
It gets things out of your nails.
File.
File is right. It's funny, you playing that game without words at all, and now you do that lot. Right, that's 70 added to your score, bringing you to 95 as against 85 to Joanna and Simon. So, nice and close. We'll be back in a moment with more Child's Play, but let me leave you with this little one. It's Marcus Stackerman, a 5-year-old from Sandy, and we gave him the word sad and asked him what sad means to him.
If you wash your dress in the sink and in the sink without the bowl, and when you pull the plug out and you forget to pull it out, and the dress what you got in there, that was my grandma once, she put her frock in there, and that went down like this. It didn't went down the drive, and that just went down.
Well, I get the spots mainly here and across my nose. And,
Night is young, you may be behind, but this is your chance to catch up, as I keep on saying, but this is with our fast play final. From now on, each child will define a different word, and you have your buzzers for this round, because as soon as you recognize the word, hit the buzzer, and each correct answer is worth 20 points. But remember this, please. Remember the way the children think, or try to, if you can. Also remember, if you get a wrong answer when you've buzzed, the other team have the chance to hear the rest of the definition. And whenever you hear this sound, it's all over. Whoever is ahead has won the entire shebang. Right. No telling the audience what the word is. We'll all watch this one. First of all, here is Beverly Croft, age 9, of Sandy.
When people are dead, they go up into the sky, and that's where
Who hit that? That was Lionel and Carol.
Is it heaven?
Heaven it is. Yes, 20 points to you. And now watch and listen to Veronica Miller, age 6, of Newcastle.
Well, I've got one, a nurse's one, and policemen have them, and
Lionel, you just beat them to it.
Fancy dress.
Not fancy dress, so you got in a bit quick, and now this means that Joanna and Simon can watch at leisure without needing to buzz the rest of the definitions.
policemen have them. Soldiers have them. And there's different colours. Policemen have black and white. And so soldiers outside the palace have red with a black hat. Tweet.
Thank you, Veronica. Well, it was worth waiting for, wasn't it? What do you say then, Simon and Joanna?
We think it's uniform.
And you're right, it is uniform. Here's another one from a 5-year-old from Sandy, Eamon Ertone.
A man goes in a rocket and he goes up in the sky. And he floats about in...
Joanna?
Astronaut?
Yes, that's right, astronaut. And Eamon, hope the cold gets better. Right, let's hear it now from Lee Armstrong, age 7, of Stevenage.
They go on islands and they find treasure maps and they follow the treasure map. And
Lionel, you've hit it. The word? Pirate is right. Lionel, you get 135, but 175 to Joanna and Simon. You have won. Congratulations. But Carol, you may not have won the game, but you've won a very nice trophy to take home with you, and you've had the company of Lionel. Lionel, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Please have me back again. It's wonderful.
Certainly not. And Simon, congratulations, 175 you scored. You get a trophy and this hamper full of lovely goodies, which you will share, of course, with your lovely companion, Joanna. Joanna, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And finally, thank you very much to Peter Rogers of Gravesend, who told me that his parents once had a shop and a little girl came in and said, I must have a toilet roll. And the father said, is it hard or soft or pink or blue that you want? And she said, it doesn't matter, hurry up, because my daddy is waiting. That's it. More Child's Play soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.